Situation. Josh Jacobs requests role with a knee injury, but he is to go later today. However, Emmanuel Wilson, he turned up sick. He is a big time game time decision later. They still don't know anything on that later. For the Houston Texans, he got banged up in the last week's game. His ribs very questionable all week long. He was deactivated today. Chicago Bear Roma Dunze was out last week. However, he is a good team. All right. Saw the notification go out. Now let's see if the YouTube studio wants to behave today. All right, I think we're just about ready to go here. Okay. Yep. We here, baby. Let's get it. I will say this too. It does not feel like a freaking Sunday. It's weird. No, actually, yesterday did not feel like a Saturday. It felt weird that there was no Buckeyes on my TV. They'll be back at the end of the month. What do we got here? Oh, it's... Oh, yeah. Just got to get one more thing here. And then we can get rolling with the usual gabagoo. Where's the freaking gabagoo? Oh, that's right. We're not in Chicago. We're not in New York. We're in Chicago. Chicago. Okay, we got that all situated. Grace, why'd you change your name? This is Web Elix. What the heck are you talking about, brother? Damn. All right. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Cleveland Browns live stream, which means it's time for another 3+ hours of emotional torture. Because that's what this team does to us, right? Because this week they are in the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, to face the Bears. The Bears. Bears come in at 9-4. I've already talked about how their season has gone, right? Compared to last year. They're winning the games this year that they wouldn't have won last year. Let's just be real. Yeah. And all they needed to do was change to a legit head coach and actually, have competent play calling. And look at that. They're much better. All right. So, yeah. Browns 3-10. Bears 9-4. The betting odds for this game, for anyone who really is going to bet on this game, Browns are 7.5-point favorites. Over under 38.5. And then the money line is minus 375 for the Bears, plus 295 for the Browns. And I'm the Browns. If you know that reference, and we're the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, you're on Facebook or TikTok a lot, because there's a dude who does TikToks of every Browns game. And he always starts off with, when he talks about the Browns, with, and the Cleveland Browns. We're going to beat you, and we're the Browns. Classic. Classic. Oh, well, we're going to get into the inactive lists. Starting off, of course, with the visiting Browns. Or the Cleveland Browns. Denzel Ward out with a calf issue, I believe. So, yeah. Tyson Campbell is the only legit active starting corner that we have. Why even go after Tyson Campbell? You're going to bully freaking the other dudes that we have, because that's what's going to happen. Dylan Sampson, unfortunately, is inactive. That's a bummer. He was really starting to get it going, too. Zach Zinter, as always, is out.
Wyatt Teller and Jack Conklin, once again, out. David Njoku and Aiden Huntington are out. Now, one name you're going to see at running back that you haven't seen since week 1 is Rocket Sanders. He's back, so that'll be fun. Also, Joe Batonio is the only starting O lineman that is healthy. Yep. It's, I believe it is, what is the offensive line? Cam Robinson, Batonio, obviously Luke Whippler, Evan Jenkins, and then KT Leviston. Now for the Bears, here's their inactive list. Beautiful day in Chicago. Of course, it is freezing. They showed Shador earlier, and he had the shiesty thing on. He had the whole fit on. And it's like, damn. Even though he played in Colorado the last couple of years, where it can get cold, it ain't no on the shores of a lake cold. Trust me. You think, oh yeah, it's probably it's not that bad. Trust me. You know, going to a game on the shores of a lake, on the Great Lakes, it hits you. It's different. The wind is different. The air's different. Of course, Lake Erie is literally like a cauldron of chaos. I don't know about the lake by was it Lake Michigan? Chicago? So the inactive list for the Bears is as follows: Ruben Hippolyte, Jade Walker, Tyson Badgett, who's actually sick, so he will not be the backup today, Dominique Robinson, Travis Homer, and Jonathan Ford. But you look at their the IR list, it's not the worst, but it's definitely loaded. Yeah. Kyler Gordon was just placed on IR yesterday, I believe. Luke Newman, Roshan Johnson, Tremaine Edmund, Jamar Turner, Braxton Jones, and Kyron Omega DJ with Zoff Frazier, Terrell Smith, and Dion Hankins. Of the guys on IR, the players that are expected back this year, Kyler Gordon, Luke Newman, Roshan Johnson, Tremaine Edmonds, actually, all but like maybe 5 players are expected back off the IR. Deo, Turner, Frazier, Smith, and Hankins are all out for the year. The others should be back at some point. Well, if you're wondering what the Browns IR situation, it's a mess. It's in Postic's out for the year. Jerome Ford's out for the year. Deshaun Watson is out. They don't expect him to play this year, which is not surprising. Next year is going to be interesting, though. Malik Collins is out for the year, but Dom Jones, DeAndre Carter could be back maybe next week. We'll see. DeJuan Jones out for the year. Winston Reed possibly could be back soon. We'll see. Bookie Watson's out for the year. Anthony Kendall, Martin Emerson, of course, Justin Osborne, and JOK, all out for the year, as we now know. The Bears were on a nice little winning streak prior to losing to the Packers last week, 28-21. The Browns, of course, are 1-5. The exact opposite. Oh, 1-4 in the last 5. The exact opposite of the Bears. Yeah. Temperatures around 8 degrees. Oh, joy. And again, leading the stat leaders for both teams. Dylan Gabriel's still a leading passer, but that shouldn't be for too much longer. I talked about it in my preview video. I think what Shador needs about 100 some yards with like 50 some attempts to go to pass him, to do it quicker than Dylan. Hopkins, 784 rushing yards. Fannin, 619 receiving yards. Myles Garrett, 20 sacks. And then Schlesinger, 119 tackles. It's very possible we have the defensive rookie and the defensive player of the year on our defenses here. And yet we still freaking suck. Because everything else is a mess. Especially on the offense. Then for the Bears, Caleb Williams, 249 of 431, 19 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 2,908 passing yards. I think he needs about 1,000 yards to be the first Bears 4,000-yard passer in a very, very long time. If I'm not mistaken, they have never had a 4,000-yard passer. Have they? If they have, it's ancient. That's crazy, isn't it? DeAndre Swift, 173 carries, 837 yards, 5 touchdowns. Roma Dunze, who is active today, 44 receptions, 661 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns. Montez Sweat has 8.5 sacks, and the leading tackler is Edmonds with 89. He's on IR. All right. So we are getting closer to game time. I'm on my way to downtown Cleveland. I'm going to the Cavs game. Well, have fun, Jacob. Have fun. I know they play at 3:30, so have fun. I'm on my way. All right. Well, it's freezing, but it's a comfortable freezing. Like you're not freezing your balls off for the most part. I mean, you are freezing your balls off, but it's just the freaking frigid air. Hopefully, my internet is good because it snowed a lot. In fact, it's still snowing. It's snowing a lot here. Probably got about 5, 6 inches of snow on the ground right now, and it's still going. Hopefully, it doesn't affect my internet. All right, ready for a frigid kickoff? Everyone's all bundled up and everything. Madunze, oh, he's out. Oh, I thought he aggravated his injury during pregame. Ooh, thought he was active, but no, he's out. That's tough. During pregame. There's a look at the NFC North. Bears are 9-4, but they're 1-3 in the division. The Lions are a game back of them, and then the Packers are 9-3-1, undefeated in the division. And there's Kevin, 43-54 record, 6th season as the Browns head coach. It's crazy. He used to have a winning record as a Browns coach. Looks like the Browns will be kicking off to start. It snows a lot here. Yeah. It's not like Ohio, but it snows a lot here. All right, Browns ready to kick it away. Just got 4 more games left. Wow. And here's the return. And right away. Good job, Bubba. Your freaking unit sucks. How are you still here? Duvernay damn near housed it. First, oh my god. Dude, Bubba, get out of here. I'm done with this loser, dude. His unit has been worse and worse. Can't even start off on a good note. Can't even start it off on a good note. And Jalen Jones went down, but he jumps up. All right, so how quickly does it take Caleb to score here? Especially knowing our injuries on defense. Right on cue. Exactly. Duvernay damn near housed it, too. He damn near housed the opening kickoff. Ah, classic. All right. Under center for Caleb. Oh, my God. Almost intercept. Oh, it was batted away by 27. Loveland, the other really good tight end next to Fannin, of course, in this draft class. Trapillo, Tooney, Dahlman, Jackson, and Wright up front. 8th in points, 5th in total yards. Ben Johnson's the play caller. DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, Burden, Loveland, and Komet are the backs and receivers. Under center. And we got a whistle. False start. That'll back them up. And I will say, but compared to the last time the Browns were in Chicago, which was all the way back in 2017, the field looks much better. I've seen it where that field is torn up by this time of the year. Shotgun for Caleb. Hand it off to Swift. Gets about 4. Yeah, freaking Bubba Ventrone. How does he keep his job? What does he have on Kevin? Garrett, Harris, Graham, and Wright up front. Schlesinger and Bush at linebacker. And then in the secondary is Campbell, Delpit, Hickman, Harden, and Webb. Denzel Ward is out, so we got some guy named Sam Webb starting. Oh, joy. The safeties are still the same. Back to pass. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, that's tough for Mountain Guy. He had room and he had guys in front of him to block, but you got to catch the ball, dude. You got to catch the ball. That's a good design play. Just he would have had a first, maybe not a first down, but he definitely would have had space and maybe, well, no, he probably could have had a first down. But he was thinking about running before he even caught the ball. Wow, 40th 3-and-out force by the Browns defense. That's the third most. Usually with a stat like that, you think, oh, the Browns must be a winning team. Yeah, right. Talk about touching the goal line. Tina. Wandale. Oh, yeah, we're going to get the ball at the 1-yard line. Oh, joy. Here we go. Challenge. Okay, Kevin. So he's going to throw away a challenge or risk throwing away a challenge before we even take the field on offense. Wow. So the Browns' last win versus in Chicago against the Bears was at Wrigley Field. 2025 draft class may have saved Andrew Berry's job. The last two drafts look like this. Go Hall's kind of meh. Zach Zinter, bum. Thrash, cut. Watson, injured. Harden, meh. Griggs, gone. The year before that, Tillman, brain mush. Ika, gone. Jones, injured. McGuire, actually, pretty good. DTR, gone. Mitchell, gone. Whippler, back up. He's solid, I guess. I don't know. We haven't seen him much. Need to see more from him. But he'll get his chance with Postic out for the year. Rivers pulled cleats from a trophy case in his home to use with the Colts after getting a call. He didn't have anything else. Could have hit up like the Colts, but like, just give me some generic ass freaking cleats. So he pulled cleats out of his trophy case. Okay, interesting. I don't know how much longer Kevin can go to bat for Ventrone. He sucks as our OC. I mean, as the special teams coach. It's there to challenge. Spotted the ball on the kick to see if it went out of bounds on the punt to see if it went out of bounds if it went into the end zone. So most likely he's just going to blow a challenge on the first freaking before our offense even gets on the field. And of course they lose the challenge. So good job, Kevin. You blew a challenge. You blew a timeout before you could even get on the field. I just said Kevin. There's Shador. We got flags already. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did I just put 2 points up for the Bears right now? Under center. Well, he got out of the end zone. I'm surprised Kevin doesn't run out the Wildcat because he loves that play so much. Gage. Ventrone's unit as a whole sucks. Straight up. I'll be shocked if he survives past the last game of the year. I'll be shocked. And now another freaking flag. Guys. It sounds like even locked, like, are they even there? 2 penalties on. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if we just fired everybody. This team's a mess. Judkins gets to about the 4. We're going to spend this whole drive just trying to get out of the end zone. What makes me think Kevin or Coach Fernando? We might not even get Fernando. If we do go quarterback, it'll be like Dante Moore or something if he stays, if he comes out. I don't even know if they're gonna. Oh, I don't. It's not even a guarantee they're gonna keep freaking Kevin. Yep. Only get past the 5. Ozark Sanders shouldn't be coached by Kevin. I mean, Kevin's better than Freddie Kitchens, but that's not saying much. Here's the punt by Bajorquez. Oh, it's a really good punt. Here's the return. And the Bears will get it in Cleveland territory. Just want to know, does Bubba Ventrone teach these guys during the week? What do they do in film session? Do they watch film? Or is the film just so damn ugly and just god awful that they don't even bother watching? Even as a cancer, he ruins QBs instead of helping. I mean, he's not the worst. Lately, it hasn't been good. Well, Baker did have some pretty good years under Kevin. Honestly, if you watch those victory videos for Kevin when we do win, it's the same old thing every single time. He always starts off the video with, "How about that team win?" You watch these other coaches and they're like genuinely fired up. Kevin, I think he's reading off a script. Yeah, I think he reads a script for his victory things, celebration things, which they don't happen too often now. I think, honestly, Kevin just kind of wore off on the locker room. Stale, right? Stale. I mean, he was stale in Minnesota. He's a good coach, but yeah, all the crap going on around him, that's tough to keep a level head. Now you got the fan base calling for your job. I'm just impressed that it took this long for the fan base to call for his job. To win so bad and stick it to people like Johnny Football. It's Johnny Football. He did it to himself. So Bears will get it once again in Browns territory. Williams under center. Here's a pitch, and you'll get about 2. Showing the offense last week. First half, 3 points, and the 18 in the second half. They turned up in the second half. Back on for Caleb. And they got like 4 guys to jump. And they got 4 guys on the Browns to jump. Team isn't locked in. They don't care. I think they're going to call it on Miles, of course. Back to doing that again. Uh, they're crowding the line here against Caleb. 2nd and 4. Hands it off. First down. The Eagles already up on the Raiders. Not surprising, the Raiders stink. Ah. It off. And there's Swessinger. Gets about a gain of 6 to Barton. Rushing offense. Last 9 games. Leads the NFL in yards per game and success rate. Second and 5. Under center for Caleb. Hands it off. Breaks through. First down. Yeah, they're about to score here. Man, this team's a mess. Open. Near first down. It's Loveland. This team is so bad. So the 10. Near the 5. Shotgun for Caleb. And there's Swift around the end. Touchdown Bears. That was quick. Yeah. They didn't even have Miles on the field that play. This team's pathetic, dude. Just pathetic. And it seems like they just don't care. Bengals. Down. Kick is up. And it's good. 7-0 Bears. Am I streaming Tulane Ole Miss? I don't know. I'm definitely doing Bama and Oklahoma, though. I think that's the middle game. So I'm doing the early in the night game. Obviously, I'm going to do the game that, is big for Ohio State, Miami and A&M. I'm obviously doing that game. And I'll be streaming Alabama, Oklahoma. And I think Oregon, James Madison is the first game of the whole playoff. Let me see here. All right. But yeah, that's right. Freaking first this week. Yeah, that's crazy. Season's already here. That's insane. Wow. All right. And if this college football schedule here, New England's already beating Buffalo. Nah, I mean that's crazy though. New England's on a roll this year. See, that's what happens when you have competent coaching all over the place. All right, so today, or there's no games today or tomorrow. Okay, let's see. Friday the 19th. Yeah, Friday the 19th. I'll be doing Alabama, Oklahoma. Winner of that game faces Indiana. And then Saturday, I'll be doing Miami, Texas A&M. Winner faces Ohio State. And then James Madison and Oregon. Winner of that game will face Texas Tech, I want to say. Yeah. And the spreads for those four games, Bama is a 1.5 point favorite. A&M is a 3.5 point favorite at home. Ole Miss is a 17.5 point favorite. And Oregon is a 21.5 point favorite. Yeah. Well, couldn't you do a triple header that day on Saturday? No. 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 Now, if Ohio State was playing in the first round, if they were like in the middle game, I would have just done that game. Well, let's see what the Browns fail at this time. By the way, the Bengals didn't remove snow from their seats today, which is a violation of league policy. Yeah. Even the Bills have been clearing their seats for years. I would actually have people volunteer to come in and shovel the stadium for a quick, for some quick dough, some money. Give me the money. Here's the return. Here, get it to the 30, and that's about it. Honestly, I wouldn't even be shocked if they fired Kevin. I don't think they will, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. And again, if they did, they better get that coaching hire right because you don't want another Freddie situation, right? Or any other million coaches that we've hired that have failed after one time. Yeah, already got to get set up here. Wow. They're not even getting the plays off. Yeah, this team is ass, too. Just burn it all to the ground at this point. I'm fed up with these losers, dude. Play action, Shador throws it away. Ooh, he threw the ball away. Ooh. Got a whole bunch of losers on that team. Oh, come on. Sweat, Grady Jarrett, Dexter's senior, and Booker up front. And then you have Edwards and DeMarco Jackson at linebacker. The secondary, Johnson, Brisker, Fired Gardner Johnson and Wright. Kyler Gordon's out for a couple weeks, possibly the season. Gets it to the 30. Essentially gets those yards back that they lost on the penalty because these losers can't even get the plays in on time. Five plays, three penalties. Can you say inept? 29th in NFL on third down conversion, 32%. Back to pass, pressure, rolling around. He's going to take off. He can get the first down. Barely, but he'll get the first down. And fun fact, the last time Sanders and Williams faced off was in college. I think it was the last year of the Pac-12. Yeah, it was when USC went to Colorado and they put on a show. Yeah, he got the first down. No, they're going to challenge. Oh, wow. So he's fourth. Okay, so of course he was short. Here comes the Wildcat. All right, he's short by the nose of the ball. Looks like it's at the marker. And they're going to punt it away. Yeah, these guys have no hope. 4th and 1, but no, that's not. Let's not be ballsy and go for it. Let's punt it away. Let's have the worst punt team or worst special teams unit in the NFL try to get a stop here. Yeah, it's away. And it'll go in the end zone because the Gunners are slow as molasses and they don't get down the field. We have the worst freaking special teams unit ever. You watch the opposing special teams unit, their Gunners are down the field waiting. Our guys are like they're just on a jog. This team sucks, dude. Oh. I think Vince probably gonna get fired. He's not gonna go anywhere though. As long as he keeps putting out great drafts like he did this year, he's not going anywhere. But Kevin, no. No. Honestly, you could just say he's gotten stale on the locker room. When you have no energy, the team follows the coach, and the coach is literally like he says the same thing in his press conferences every week. The same thing. He sounds like Hugh Jackson sometimes. We all saw how that went. See all the types of cancer Keytruda is known for at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda would be right for you. It's true. Keytruda. Cedric Tillman not even blocking someone, blocking when Prince John is coming to his side. Tillman stinks, dude. When he's actually doing something, he gets hurt. But when he's not catching the ball, he stinks. He doesn't block, and he's probably got mush brain. Because it seems like every time I look, he's got a concussion. Maybe that's why we don't draft Tennessee receivers. They're going to draft anything from Tennessee. Jimmy, because I know that's, you're a booster there. And he has a little influence. He's like, hey, Andrew, draft my guy from Tennessee. If you're going to draft anyone from Tennessee, draft like pass rushers or their corners are pretty good. They have a corner, what's that, Hood? Former Colorado Buffalo? Was it Colton Hood? He's pretty good. Bars. Maybe consider drafting him if you're going to go with anyone from Tennessee. I don't know if I want to touch Brazel. Oh, running backs. Yeah, running backs are pretty good from there. Dylan Sampson's solid, but of course he's hurt. 1st and 10 for the Bears. He'll get about 2. This team has taken it out of me, man. It just. Honestly, I just need these 4 weeks to go by quick because this is ridiculous. I just want to see what happens after the season. How many heads are going to roll? And here's handoff, gain of about 6, 7 yards. 6, 7. A 3rd down, but they're going to get it because, that's how they do it. So it's a gain of 6. Well, I know one thing. I'm not a curse to this team. Why do I say that? Because in the years past, when I went to training camp, they'd always suck. But I see it doesn't matter if I go or not. Wide open is Loveland. Nobody bothered to guard him. I see that tradition has reemerged, leaving tight ends wide open. Haven't seen that in a while, but yeah, it's. Oh, Delpit got picked off. Okay, I see. He got hit with a little pick move. Yeah. Wow. 1st and 10. Wide open. Birding. Breaking tackles inside the 10. Oh my God. It's going to be 14-0 here real quick. Delpit. Completely left the middle of the field wide open. First and goal. Manangai gets inside the 5. I'm being radicalized into not liking Stefanski. I mean, I like Stefanski the person, but the coach, he's starting to stink right now. Chiefs can actually be eliminated today. Should have gone for Caleb. Nangai gets stuffed. No gain on that one. 3rd down. Good call on the tackle. It's in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, 44.4%. Their record, 43.9 in 1989. So they keep this up, they'll break a franchise record for the best 3rd down conversion percentage. Watch, there's going to be someone wide open here. Unless it's just going to be a handoff. Yep. DJ Moore, touchdown. Easy. Because these corners are barbecue chicken next to freaking Tyson Campbell. Because, of course, Denzel Ward is hurt again. or he's hurt. Now he's actually hurt though. It's been a while since he's actually been injured. He's actually stayed healthy, which is good. And it's not a concussion this time. Yeah, this is about to be a blowout. 14-0, just like that. This Browns team is just so ass, dude. Everything around it just sucks. Analytics must have changed. So it was a 4th and 1. Hey, let's punt it. Even if they were to go for it, you know what they were going to do. Wildcat. Because he loves that play. That's that's this team's version of the Stefanski special. It's either the jet sweep or the Wildcat. These Calebs aren't going to help much. Aren't going to help get into the winter. Well, they're better than the freaking Bears. I mean, the Browns. Duh. I mean, they're way better. It's just they can't stay healthy again, just like the Browns. Evan Mobley out for 2 to 4 weeks with a calf strain. We need to investigate the training staff or something. I just don't get it. So, again, thank God we got Thomas Bryant. But if he goes down, yeah, we're cooked. By the way, tomorrow, I believe, is when trades can officially start happening. Because a lot of the players that I think signed extensions or whatever, they can be traded starting tomorrow. Have to wonder, though, how active are the Cavs going to be on the trade market? Right? They have high expectations. And they're a second apron team still. TikTok awards, are we serious right now? They're really doing TikTok awards? Never did have a Vine awards show. Nah, because I'm going to win an award for a banger 5-second video. Or 10-second whatever video. Look at that temperature. It is freezing. 14-0 Bears. And here's the return. Malachi Corley runs into his own guy and goes down at about the 22-yard line. I'm serious. Do they practice anything related to special teams during the week? Or do they just sit around in a circle, go rock paper scissors, do like rock paper scissors and play other elementary school games? Because of the 3 units lately, special teams has been the worst. Pretty sad. The offense actually looks better, and the special teams goes to crap. Here's Fannin on a jet sweep, gets about 2. Oh, Joe Tryon. Wow. Yeah, he was on the Browns for a while and then got traded to the Bears. One of the only Browns players that was traded. He was. Oh, it's really. Oh, it's just. It's snowing again out there. Damn. All right. 2nd and 8. Shador in the gun. Sack. Nobody even bothered to block him. Yeah, this offensive line, dude. Just throw everything in the garbage. Nobody bothered to block him. Should show these Browns highlights to freaking prisoners at Guantanamo. That'll do it for the first quarter. Wow. Ay, ay, ay. Browns are 0-10 this season when allowing more than 10 points in a game. Yeah, we already knew that. Ah, man. Just think, though. Only 3 more games after this one. Then it'll be over. And we'll see what changes are made. Because let me say, there needs to be changes. Does Kevin escape the fire? I don't know. I think Andrew Berry is safe for the moment. But his leash is going to be pretty short, too. Right? Because if you look at what they've done in the past, let's take a look, right, at the free agent classes that we brought in. Because, when you're a team that's kind of in a contention window, I guess, which is this team really even in a window? I mean, it depends. They were at least when Deshaun was playing. We take a look at the season as a whole right now. The draft, great, fantastic draft. Probably the best draft he's had, overall, maybe since he's been our GM. Literally, almost all the players that he's drafted, they've all been contributors of some sort. Pretty impressive. But the free agent signings, they kind of gave off again, depth pieces. No one that really is expected to be a core contributor, except for Malik Collins. They didn't expect Joe Flacco to be a starter. They thought it was they wanted Kenny to be the starter. Then he got hurt. Back to pass. Sanders gets to Fannin, few yards, that's about it. Another 3 and out. Wow. Yeah, like this year's free agent class that they brought in, Jerome Baker, depth. Carter, supposed to be the starting return man, injured again, of course. Bum. Collins, a dog, and then he got hurt. Flacco, traded. Jenkins, backup. He's actually starting. Deontay Johnson didn't even make it through camp. Here's another punt. It's a really good punt. Oh, and that's a fair cut. Oh, good punt by Bjorkes. If the rookies have a sophomore slump, then Barry is going to be gone. True. True. Like literally, most of the guys that he signed have all been were all depth pieces, or I think they had like one or two legit starters. Harder and Collins. I don't think they expected Flacco to be the starter. They had him to compete, but not. But I don't think they expected him to be the starter. I think they were going to go with Kenny until he got hurt. 1st and 10 for Caleb, under center. Hands it off. Right around the edge. Gets about 5. Actually, take a look at the 2023 season, the year that we made the playoffs. Of course, that was also when Joe Flacco was brought in off the couch. But yeah, that year, free agency, Matthew Adams, Jordan Akins, Lorenzo Burns from the Stallions, Josh Dobbs, Mike Ford, Marquise Goodwin. Here's a handoff. Swift near the 45. There's a flag down. Yeah, in 2023, they signed at least, I think, another 2 starters? Alvin, Thornhill, holding, offense. Yep, that'll back them up. But also, the trades that were made. In March, they traded for Elijah Moore. They traded for Zadarius Smith. They also traded for Dustin Hopkins after cutdowns. So yeah, Andrew was very serious that year. He hasn't shown that since. To pass, throws, wide open, spin move, juke move, near first down. Wow. I've seen some pretty bad first quarters in my day. That was up there as one of the worst. 3 catches, 60 yards already. 3rd and 1. You know they're going to get it. Easy. First down. Oh, I hate to see how many yards we have. I don't think we have may have like a few on the through the air, but it's not much. Under center, and one guy gets tied up, loses about a yard. Alex Wright showing the hustle to get in there and make the stop. 68 sacks allowed last season, 102 rush yards per game. They added Tooney, Dahlman, and Jonah Jackson, and they've allowed 20 sacks and 153 rush yards per game. They flipped it on its head, and look at that. They're actually winning games because of it, too. That's kind of like what we need to do. We need to invest more in our O line as well. Which, I mean, they got good backups, but Dewan Jones going down early in the year, that really derailed things, right? And then Conklin, of course, as always, can't stay on the damn field because he's made of freaking paper thin glass. Dude's always freaking hurt. Now Teller's even hurt too. Wow. Shotgun for Caleb. Swift gets a first down. just getting whatever they want.
You think your five offensive linemen when they see you like that, running that hard,
Oh, man. 1st and 10. 98 yards for Williams already. 6 of 8. 1 touchdown. Another ground. Gets about 2. And again, they're running away from Miles. Because they're not stupid. They're going to run away from him. Back S. Throws wide open. Caught. They're just picking on everybody not named Tyson Campbell. That's Jerome Baker on the coverage.
it's the ability of having this mutual and it shifts and making the defense think, and then you show them run. Then you're down.
1st and 10. Throws open. They're just picking on everybody. Nobody can cover. Maybe they just don't want to cover. Maybe they're just, I'm just going to half-ass it. God. This is truly some pathetic stuff right here, man. This is some pathetic stuff by this team. Wide open. 1st down. That's commit. Delpit completely bit on the fake. Yeah, honestly, the more I watch this, the more I'm like, yeah, Kevin's got to go, I think. See, they show Kevin, he's just sitting there. I'll be thinking, what am I going to have for dinner today when I get back to the hotel? Here's a jet sweep. But Diabate was not fooled. He broke it up or made the tackle, a loss of 2. Nice. One of the only few positive plays they've made on defense so far. The Bears have been getting whatever they wanted, but every once in a while they'll get a stop. Every once in a while. And one guy gets about a yard, 3rd down. Your snakes have legs. They used to. Long, millions and millions of years ago, I believe they did. Finally gets a sack. 21. 21. I don't have the video of that kid, that viral kid, like 21. What's 9 plus 10? 21, you stupid. Well, even here was something. 8th straight game with a sack. Wow. Kairos, 35-yard field goal attempt. Snap. It's up. And he missed it. Oh no, he missed. And they missed the field goal. But I have no faith in this offense because they Kevin Stefanski's showing emotion. Just a quick okay, we're done. Shows no emotion. It's funny because I know it's college football, but you watch Ryan Day. That dude gets so damn animated on the sideline. Would you want Ryan Day coaching the Browns? No, because I'm not trying to have his reputation as a winner ruined by the god awful Browns. Besides, I don't want him to leave Ohio State. But you gotta figure though, if he goes back to back, our NFL teams are gonna be looking at him going, hmm. I mean, they did it with Ryan. They did it with Hart. I mean, college teams did it with Heartline. You know, NFL teams are going to be peeking over at Ryan Day, going, "Hey, Ryan, you're having a lot of fun in Columbus. Would you be willing to make the jump up to the NFL?" Right? Which history has shown that sometimes college coaches can make the jump. Pete Carroll, most notably, made the jump, and he's been fantastic. At least he was with Seattle first few years. Now he's stuck in Vegas. I don't know why they did that. You know, he's either going to end up a Pete Carroll or Urban Meyer in the NFL. He's either going to have a long, illustrious coaching career in the NFL or he'll be gone in a year. Depends on what team he goes to. And I know if Ryan Day made the jump to the NFL, the Browns, no. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that for him. You know, I wouldn't want that for him. Knowing how the dog pound is, they're as they're up there with my lights are flickering again. It's funny. I've been watching Stranger Things, right? I swear to God, this did not start happening until I watched that damn show. Crazy dog, you've actually been watching Stranger Things? Yeah. For some reason, I just never got into it until recently. But there's Miles Garrett now 2 sacks away from the all-time record. He's 1.5 away, I believe, from tying the record. Let's see what the offense can try to do. Under center. Back to pass. Shador steps up. Damn near throws a pick. The heck were you doing, Shador? Why are you throwing it right to the defender? Yeah. Nobody really got open, and Miles got to him. He almost blocked that, too. How close was he to blocking that? Yeah, he was about a second or so late on blocking it. 2 for 3 for 12 yards for Sanders. Oh, brother. Play action. And there's a flag. That's going to be PI. Judkins got lost in a shuffle. I think it'll be PI. It could be on us, though. Who knows? Yeah. Knowledgeable man. Well, we in week 15, and our offense is looking like it's the first day of OTAs. It's week 15, and we're out here committing penalties that would be committed on the first day of freaking training camp or first preseason game. Third and 10. Back to pass. Throws it deep. He's got a man. It's caught by Bond. First down. Wow. Beautiful ball by Sanders. Isaiah Bond just running right up the middle between the defenders. Bayard was the one that took him down after he made the catch. What a dime to freaking Bond. Love that. That's the first down of the game. Gets a few yards, or maybe a yard and a half. It took him big plays per game, 3.6 first 8 games, 5.8 last 5. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a quarterback who can actually throw the damn ball deep. Not Dylan Gabriel, who has a noodle arm. We either had a statue at quarterback or a guy with a noodle arm. Second and 9. Back to pass. Gets it to Fannin. Gets about a yard or two. All right. 1 for 4 on third down today. That was the first third down they converted. Back to pass. Sack. Damn O-line, man. Damn O-line sucks. This team is so bad. And just get Miles the record, right? Hmm. He's sad though. Grandpa and a Pikmin. Oh my god. Pikmin. Like when you really look back at it, that pick in the third round that they used on Dylan, they could have used it on a safety. They could have used it on a receiver. No, let's draft Dylan Gabriel. Why would you draft Dylan Gabriel? Like I said, I think the original plan heading into the year was to start Kenny. But him getting hurt, of course, threw a monkey wrench into everything. And he was never really able to get on the field. He didn't get any reps during the preseason with us. So they traded him, started Joe Flacco. The rest is history. We could have had Tiny Hands Kenny at quarterback. And who knows how that would have went. Makes me wonder, what would our season have been like if they hadn't started Dylan, but instead went with Shador? Because, believe it or not, the offense actually has been somewhat better with Shador, as you'd expect. Granted, we're talking about a quarterback who's not afraid to throw it deep, as we've seen. How many deep balls did Dylan throw in his entire time as our starter? Maybe you can probably count on one hand. It feels like Shador lets one rip every other drive. With Shador, you actually have to worry about him, one, scrambling, and two, throwing that deep ball. Now, if Shador is going to be the guy, regardless of who the guy is next year, get him some freaking weapons, dude. But Andrew, pissing me off with that garbage. No, Deontay Johnson's, right? Go out and get me some of the best you could get in the draft. Yeah, in the draft or free agency. Trade. 4th and 17. Miles is just one from, I think, 1.5 from tying the record. I guess the modern record would be 22. He's 2 from taking the lead. Snap to Bjorquez is booted. Trying to pin him deep. All right, so Bears will get it deep in their own territory. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, they had to turn on the stage. Ha! As they walk on the stage, it's like, turn it on. And at that point, everyone's like, wait, that was a green screen? Or like, video boards? It's like, yeah. We have 20 rushing yards. They have 60. We have 37 passing. They have 133. 57 total yards for us, 193 for them. Mananga on the first play gets to the 20. To pass. Caught. Oh, he dropped it. Oh. Hickman was right there. I think he might have broke it up at the very last second. It's 3rd and 1. Nice play by Hickman. He just barely broke it up at the very last second. Wow. Third and 1. Back to pass. Almost intercepted by Delpit. I don't know what the heck that play was by Caleb. There was not a soul in sight. 2 minutes to go in the half? Wow. Yeah, I don't know what. Oh, dude fell. That's what happened. That would have been a room service interception, possibly, but it was off the right hand of Delpit. He was diving for it anyway. So here's the punt. A rare defensive stop for the Browns. Here's the return. The birds are flying around. Inside their own 40, that's where the Browns take over. 20 some to go here in the just over a minute to go in the first half already. Been an avid Kevin supporter his entire time here, as you guys know. But just like with Baker Mayfield, it's like at some point, you got to do something. Nut up or shut up. Grow a pair, I mean. Put your money where your mouth is. The thing that killed Baker here was that shoulder injury, which came against the Bears, right? Or the Texans, one of those two. Yeah. I think it was against the Texans. I'm not sure though. But yeah, him playing through that shoulder injury was probably not the smartest decision when you think about it. Because the way he looked was trash. And that's what led to Jimmy and them making the move for Deshaun. So really, if you think about it, if Anthony Schwartz doesn't give up on the route, or if Baker just doesn't throw the ball there, he doesn't get hurt, and who knows what happens. But don't you just love revisionist history? Right? Imagine if, well, unfortunately, he got hurt, and that led to the trade. Honestly, that trade probably shouldn't have even happened. Originally, I believe Deshaun said no, but then Jimmy backed up the Brinks truck to his front door, and of course he's gonna say, "Yeah, okay." Because who wouldn't? Who would really turn down that kind of money? And in the end, that trade set us back a lot. Yeah, picks and years. Just imagine the players we could have had if we didn't make that trade. Think about it. I mean, we wouldn't have made the playoff. I don't know how we would have done in 2023, but with Baker, who knows? It's hard to say. Hard to say what this team would have looked like if they had kept Baker. Just look at downtown Chicago. 110 to go at their own 38. Back to pass and a flag. We like have a drive without a flag. Every time they show Kevin, he's always got his arms crossed. You know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to try to get in field goal range. Shotgun for Shador. Complete. Oh yeah, nobody's open because these receivers are all garbage. All you really got to do is double Jerry Judy. Nobody else is going to get open. Maybe Isaiah Bond can squeak through, but shotgun for Shador. Throws it at the ground. Oh, great drive! Great drive! Oh yeah, great drive! Looking like ass. This is your 2-minute drill, Cleveland. Looking like a bum. Kevin Harlan, he's something else. 3rd and 15. One first down the entire half. Complete. Again. Oh, great 2-minute drive, Browns. AKA 3 and out with a penalty. Just shows you how bad the Raiders are. And even the Dolphins at the time. The Browns stomped those two teams. Who somehow beat the Packers too. Still can't believe we won that game. All right. Punt for Bjorkes. Isn't it sad how we have more punts than first downs? Ah. Damn. Should have known. Someone on Twitter said they removed his wristband and made some changes to the play calls. The Browns gave Shador the wrong wristband? Huh? Should have known when Shador called the Grand Slam breakfast with links on third down. Hmm. Wow. Houston's up on Arizona. That's not surprising. Arizona stinks, and it appears the Texans have figured things out because they actually look like a better team lately. Mainly because CJ Stroud's back. All right. At their own 26, 40 seconds left before half. Wide open. Yep, you just go wherever Harden or the other guys are. Don't even need to target Campbell. It's DJ Moore. Back to pass. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, God. He was open, too. He was open. Second down. Oh, he had space, but Burden just couldn't bring it in. Damn. That's tough. It's tough to miss those open catches, especially when they're supposed to be right in your hands, which that one was. Second and 10. Get it off! My God, catch the damn ball, you bums! Miles Garrett brought the heat. Harden almost had the interception. Off the hands of Harden. Garrett was breathing down Williams' neck right there. He was looking for number 22. He was like that close to getting it, too. 3rd and 10. And he'll get a few yards short of the 40. 4th down. That's probably going to end the first half. I don't think they're going to take a shot here, are they? Yeah. They're probably going to go for a heave here. There's Santos. He already missed one today. Yeah, he's not going to try a 60-yarder, especially when he missed one earlier. Shador deep ball and a Miles Garrett sack. That's all I care about. Yeah, 1.5 sacks for Miles, and he has the official record. Yeah. So they're gonna go for a heave, I'm guessing. And now we have another timeout. Timeout Browns. So Browns respond with a timeout of their own. Wow. Philip Rivers starting a game for the first time in 1,800 days. His last start was against Buffalo in the playoffs. Yeah. Against Buffalo. A while since that. Man. On wild card weekend too. Super wild card weekend. Yeah. Super. Shotgun for Williams. Pressure coming. Wide open. They're going to do a hook and ladder. Now they're trying to lateral. That gets nothing. And that'll do it for the first half. And Williams appears to be a little shaken up. Again, remember, he's probably going to be good to go. I don't think he's hurt that bad. Just a little limp, a little hobbly. Well, he has a little bit of a limp. So that'll be something to watch coming out of half. But for some reason, he was unable to start the second half. Keenum would be the backup, not Badgett. He's out with an illness. Yeah, he's down with the sickness. Yep. So do I even really want to look at the stats for half for the Browns? Not really, because there's nothing really there. I believe Shador does have a few passes that were completed, but the offense hasn't done a damn thing. That might have been the quickest first half, I think, of the year. Definitely one of the quickest, that's for sure. So Shador is 4 of 10 for 54 yards. He has one rush for 9 yards. Quinshawn has 4 for 9. Fannin has 1 for 2. Receiving, Bond is 1 for 42 yards. Fannin 3 for 12. And then, of course, one sack by Myles Garrett. And then for the Bears, Caleb is 12 of 18, 190 yards and a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 9 carries, 42 yards and a touchdown. Monangai, 8 for 29. Loveland, 1 for -2 on the ground. Luther Burden, 5 receptions, 78 yards. Loveland, 3 for 54. DJ Moore, 3 for 47 and a touchdown. Kmet, 1 for 11. And then they have 2 sacks on their end from DeMarco Jackson and Austin Booker. And that's all. Now, around the NFL, damn, we got some shocking scores. New England up 24-7 over Josh Allen and the Bills. That's at halftime. 14-0 Baltimore over Cincinnati at halftime. 24-10 Jacksonville over the Jets late in the first half. 13-3 Kansas City over the Chargers late in the first half. 23-7 Houston over Arizona late in the first half. 19-7 Washington over the Giants, and 17-0 Philly over the Raiders. That's not surprising. The Raiders are ass. You think we're bad? They're even worse. Because you know what? We kicked their butt in their place. I mean, Gino was put through a torture chamber against us. Oh, man. Wow. Denzel Ward, for those wondering. Because I'm sure someone that hasn't been paying attention is going to look at the stat line and go, wow, Denzel must be getting cooked. No, he's not even playing. He's out with a calf issue. Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, not much else to talk about. Ooh, okay. Hmm, okay. Guess Paul Hoynes, who covers the Guardians, says they're not going to add any bats. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Honestly, I'll be shocked if the Guardians do anything else. They added 2 mid-tier pitchers. Yeah. Damn. Urinating tree commenting on Diego Pavia on Instagram after the Heisman vote last night. Pavia posted saying, F all the voters, but family for life. Talking about his O-line, I guess. And it's funny because Urinary Tree commented, quote tweeted saying, I'd say this will make him fall like Shador, but that would imply he had any potential upside at the NFL level at all. Yeah, good facts there. Avia seems like a Johnny Manziel 2.0 type. A Walmart Johnny Manziel. Like, it's cool to see Vanderbilt winning again. That's cool. But then it's like you hear that their quarterback's a ginormous douche canoe, and it's like, oh yeah, I want him to fail. Personally, I wish that they would have been in the playoff because I want to see Ohio State smack them around, put them on the ground a few times, right? Especially gets smoked by freaking Julian Sayin. Finished fourth in Heisman voting, by the way. But again, like Ryan Day said, he's what his first. This is his first year starting. He's a redshirt freshman. He's still got a ways to go. I wouldn't put it past him to be back in the Heisman race next year too. A lot of people believe if they had won on Saturday against Indiana, Sayin might have won the Heisman. Like I've always heard people say, the one thing that can stop Ohio State is Ohio State. Mm-hmm. It seems to be consistently the only thing that can stop that team themselves. But yeah, 14-0 Bears. Honestly, surprised that hasn't been more. Damn. E. E. Oh wow. El Paso High School Stadium. That's a nice ass looking stadium. It's weird looking because one side has all the stands and the other side doesn't. It's like at an angle almost. It's nice looking. Hmm. All right. Oh, I Chad Cena. Uh, yeah, people are not happy with how that how that match went last night. Josh from the Sports Fury actually called it right down the middle. He predicted some people had predicted that Cena was going to tap, and he did. But also, he was going to lose. That's what you see. If you're going to retire, they rarely ever win the retirement match. Rarely ever. They always go out on their back, as they say. I mean, look at it. Ric Flair lost. I think Undertaker lost. Batista lost. We did get that Triple H retirement match. But that's not because of him, it's because of his heart. If he tried to wrestle again, his heart would turn to a million pieces and he'd probably hold Owen Hart in the ring. And you don't want that. You don't want someone going bye bye in the ring again. Especially when it's health issues. Like you knew that you could not wrestle again. Why are you back in the ring, buddy? Huh? On Michaels, did he ever have a retirement match? I don't think so. I don't think so. Again, with him, it's his legs and stuff. His knees are cooked. Orton's probably going to get a retirement match. AJ Styles will get a retirement match, and I bet you those two are probably going to go out with a loss. Well, I don't know. Maybe they go out winners, but it's hard to say. But you know what's crazy though? Next week is already next Thursday is Christmas already. For those wondering, I believe do have all the Christmas stuff figured out, like presents wise for gifts for the most part. Might be a few other things I try to add or whatever, but yeah. By the way, shout out to Becky Rivera for subscribing. So we're getting ready for the start of the third quarter here in a few moments. Browns had 3 plays in opponent territory. Chicago had 20. All right, so getting ready for the start of the third quarter. Well, now it's 24-14 New England. Wow. Oh, you're like is that where she puts you just so you can get? Uh, so Brown's ready to receive the kick here to start the third quarter. See what kind of half we have here. Be nice to see him have a good drive. End zone touchback. Okay. They're on 20. Under center for Shador. Hands it off. And he gets nothing. They had more than a few yards. Done. They got a bunch of quitters on the team. And if the fancy is romper room teacher. The kids don't listen. Kindergarten, romper room. Almost picked off. You know how sad it is that your tight end is your best receiver. Fumblerooski. 3rd and 10. 14-19 to go. They haven't even moved an inch. Back to pass. Throws it up. Got a man, but it's underthrown. He had Bond, but I think he had to just lofted up because there was pressure coming. He would have had Bond. He puts that ball in the money, he would have had him. But I think he had to get it up over defenders. Or yeah, Bond had cooked his man. Bond got through the secondary. At least he saw him that time. York has to punt it away. It's a pretty good punt. Here's the return. Just shy of the 50. This team literally has one first down the entire game so far. Hmm. Oh my God. Someone tweeted me pretending to be a Make a Wish kid to meet Triple H. Ooh, that's weird looking, but okay. Yeah, Fedor would have had Bond if he. I think because he had to kind of get it over the lineman. If he didn't have to worry about that play, he probably would have found it. Got it to Bond. I think it's getting more and more like legit that Kingman's probably gone. But like I said, before about 100 times already, I can't stress this enough. You fired Kevin, you better get the search right, because we don't want another Freddy situation, right? Especially coming off your most successful coach that you've had since Belichick. That's saying something. So 1st and 10 for the Bears. Under center for Caleb. Hands it off. Gets about 3 yards. Wow. Starting quarterback since 1999. We've had about 40. They've had about 30. The two most. 42 for us, 30 for them. I think Caleb might actually be the Bears guy, though. He's definitely the best one they've had in a while. Maybe since Cutler? He's about 3 yards shy. Nice defense on that play. What we really need, though, is a turnover to really get things going. But this team ain't forcing no damn turnovers. No, unless Miles can get to the backfield and smack one out of freaking Caleb's hands or something. Or if they can draw the ball loose. And they stuff him. Wow. Nice. 4th and 3. They going for it? No way they're going for it. Oh my God. Yeah. Johnson's like, screw these fools. I'm going for it. And he's going down inside the 45. That's Alex Wright with the sack. Wow. Why would you go for it? Our offense is inept. Put the hands in your defense. Why are you uh Ben Johnson, what are you doing, brother? Turnover on downs. You don't want to give this team any life. I don't know why you would even go for it on 4th down. You know our offense is inept. Hunt the ball away, put it in the hands of your defense. That's simple. But they want to go for the jugular, I guess, which I can understand, right? But you failed. The Browns ain't going to do anything with it, so I guess that's something that you could always say, like, oh yeah, the Browns ain't going to do nothing with it, so we can do whatever. But all the Browns would need to do is go out there and get points on this drive coming up. All they need to do is get points, and they're in business. Hmm. Do I think the Browns can actually turn this into points or anything? Probably not. But if they do, everyone's going to look back at that sack on 4th down and think, damn. Because the Browns are getting the ball in Bears territory. So let's see what the Browns try to do on this drive. 1 first down allowed in the first half. Fewest by Chicago since at least 2000. That's crazy. Under center. Hands it off to Judkins. Get about 4. He's definitely better than Mitch ever was. Oh, for sure. Caleb Downs. Caleb Williams, he's got a ability to do stuff that Mitch would never do. 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Sack. Fannin, somehow. 1st down. How did he fit that ball into Fannin? He was getting dragged down for the sack, too. Damn. He'd be like, how the hell did that even happen? Okay, well, it wasn't a keyhole throw. It was well placed. Got it to Fannin for the 1st down. That's the 2nd of the game. 11 minutes to go in the 3rd. Shotgun. Wow, great blocking, bum ass Robinson. Mass. The whole line is pretty much injured, except for, ironically enough, Joe Batonio, who's the old man of the group. I mean, technically, Cam Robinson is starting, but obviously he's not the main guy. That was DeWand, but he's out for the year. 2nd and 10. Play action. Caught. No, dropped. Can these losers catch the damn ball consistently? Nobody can get open. Which I knew that because, we're facing a really good secondary. And with our receiving core being as buns as it is, another crowd in the line of scrimmage. Is this a bluff or are they straight up bringing the house here? Back to pass. And it's incomplete. Yep. Yep. Knew they weren't going to do anything with it. Hot, putrid ass. No run game and no passing game because these receivers are ass. Threw it behind Bond. He had all that space too. So, 4th and 10. And here's Smith for the field goal to get the Browns on the board. Snap. Kick is up, and it's good. All right. Well, we're on the board. Browns are officially on the board. Right back, guys. Okay, all set. Well, let's see how the Browns defense does here. Maybe they can get a turnover. Yeah, yeah, right. Looks like the Bears moved early. McCaffrey is active. The guy matched up with Miles. He kind of, twitched a little bit. Trapilo. 1st and 15. Should be coming for Williams. Quick pass. Gets about 4. 2nd down. And they'll get about another 2. Third down. Yeah, turnover right here would be huge, but again, it's probably not going to happen. On 7. Let's see if they can get a stop. Throws it out of bounds. Defense stands tall again. It's away. Hit immediately as he caught it to about the 15-ish yard line.
Sports bras to minimums bras. This cancer. During treatment, I asked about Kisqali.
Wow.
It could. So you can be a little and
Yeah, I don't know what to expect from this offense in this drive. Be a 3 and out. Maybe they get a first down, or maybe 2 first downs. Yeah, that'd be a big one. Couple first downs would be great. So there's Judkins. 1st and 10 for Sanders. Their own 17-yard line. Tipped. Picked off. Yep, it's going to be 21-3 real quick. Wow. Yeah, he just tipped it up to himself. And he would have had Fannin too. But honestly, he should have went to Bond. Bond's been getting open. He just tipped it up to himself and picked it off. One play. Ah, Harris given pursuit. Oh, watch out. DJ Moore somehow caught that. How did he even catch that? Yeah, it's classic. Just one play later. Kick is up and good. 21-3, just like that. One play later. DJ Moore in fantasy, right? I'm pretty sure I have DJ Moore in fantasy. All right, let's see here. I do have him. So at least I have that. Oh, okay. Oh, that's classic. Jared Allen is back today. That's good. So that's a positive. Of course, Mobley. All right. Let's see how one this drive goes. The last one went one play. Wow. Under center. Delayed handoff. Nothing. By the time he hands the ball off, there's already a defender in the backfield. These losers just don't believe in run blocking, apparently. And it takes them like 3 hours to hand the ball off. Second and 8. Throws it up. This is Bond. First, it's Isaiah Bond. That's Shador to All right. Well, the Browns have another first down. 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Dumps it off to Judkins, but there's a swarm of Bears defenders already there. It's funny. They have big play. They get in opponent territory, and then nothing. Yeah, Jared Allen is back today, which is nice, especially after losing Evan Mobley for a couple weeks. 3rd and 9. Back to pass. Throws. Caught. Touchdown. No, it's picked off? Wow, damn. Did that go through Judy's hands? I gotta see that again. That was like the ultimate keyhole throw, and I thought he threw that to Judy. I couldn't even see who got the ball. Judy legit caught that. Oh, took it from Judy. Oh yeah, Judy couldn't even catch it, and it went right to the defender. God, dang, man. Oh, that's classic. Right through Judy's hands, of course. Go right from him. Can't even make it up. Wow. Maybe you just stop throwing to Judy because he stinks. This Bond is good.
JP Morgan Chase statements once we made homemade businesses that make jobs, that make communities that work together. We make momentum happen.
But getting him the ball, though. Good old Jerry Judy. Oh, man. They really wasted draft picks on him. Like, they traded a draft pick for him. And at the time, it seemed like a good idea. And last year, he was actually really good given the carousel at quarterback. Funny enough, he had his best games with Jameis Winston.
It would probably errors in the that was 45 of even out of you can count on that.
Hard to say anything though. I think if there was a receiver that Shador really needed the most, it's Amari Cooper. He needs an Amari type, a guy that can go up and get it and is very reliable. Kind of like how Baker had Jarvis Landry. It sucks we're not going to have Evan Mobley for Christmas, though. At least Jarrett's back. Zootopia could catch the ball better than Judy. A man with no hands could catch the ball better than Jerry Judy. It's 19 in the turnover margin this season, 29 takeaways. They're first in each category, and then they've probably also turned those into points, too. There would have been a touchdown, too. What a hit by Diabate. Al Harris. Wow. Defensive backs room. Takeaways. Wow. Those are all the balls that they've gotten takeaways with. It's an interesting way to celebrate him. Shotgun for Caleb. Around the end. Near first down. Just. Yeah. That first pick was on Shador. That one was on Jerry Judy. The ball was right in his hands, but he can't catch. Any other receiver probably catches that ball. Be 21-10. Back to pass. Garrett almost got to him. Oh. Moving A with a flag down. Probably on us. Probably on us. Yeah. Wow. Yep. You could tell Denzel Ward's out. You could tell. Well, now Tevin Jenkins is out with a shoulder injury. Oh, lovely.
That's the danger, right? And again, I think you can start keep doing what you can extend it, make something positive out of it. So first down and 10 at the 33.
Swift gets near a first down.
The Boise team right now, I do feel that the run game is kind of the engine that starts everything going. But I do feel like that unique escapability that Caleb Williams has. And if he can, that's fine.
First and 10.
This is an offense that's going to be really, really tough.
Swift gets near the 50.
This is a Bears team that has to sign some other guys. This season, Green Bay coming up Saturday. They're in San Francisco on Sunday night. This isn't with the choice to get to the playoffs. They're going to go for that trip. That's a tough road. Yeah, it really is. And everybody goes, you look at their schedule so far. At least that big win. They need to have that.
Pass. Sure, and he's going to run away from Miles. He's going to run all the way for a first down and more.
And again, there's that unique escapability. I mean, that is popping back, stepping up, moving to your left, and
Swift gets to about the 35.
there's a place I might, and I don't know what that is. You got another shot.
I don't think he could have had a throw better than the one that Judy dropped. You can't trust that loser anymore. They really extended him too. I'm glad they're getting Isaiah Bond more action, though. About damn time. Wide open. Komet, first down. Took a hard hit. He appears to be a little shaken up.
And you can kind of come out and get that bootleg game going. When you talk about
Hmm. They said ball hawk, but yet Jerry Judy literally handed him the ball. Jerry Judy is the Greg Newsom of receivers without the dancing. Yeah, without the dancing. By the way, whatever happened to Greg? And did he straight up get benched in Jacksonville, or is he still doing his? Is he still doing his thing? Because I haven't heard his name in weeks. Like, damn. I was expecting when we made that trade. I was expecting to hear Greg Newsom's name every week. Oh, Greg Newsom with a big interception. But no, I haven't heard his name at all. I think Tyson Campbell has made more plays than Greg has. And Tyson's been solid. Had that pick six against Miami, but he's been a solid number two next to Denzel. Speaking of which, if you're new and you're wondering what happened to Denzel, he is not playing today with, I believe, a calf issue. 1st and 10. He dropped it. He's lucky. That ball would have stayed in the air. Schlesinger was right there. They've had some balls go through their hands on defense. Garrett took a few plays to regain his breath because running in that cold weather is not fun, especially when you're chasing down Caleb Williams. Under center for Williams. Making guys miss and a touchdown. Just shaking dudes off. Yeah, we should have seen this coming because look what Tony Pollard did to him. Tony Pollard did to him. This shouldn't surprise anybody. Those don't know how to tackle. Getting shaken off like nothing. I should stream Hugh Jackson. No, I'm not going to put myself through that crap. Hell no. I'm not subjecting myself to that. That's as bad as this stuff. Honestly, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought Hugh Jackson was still the coach. The team is looking like it did in 2016-17. This is just pathetic. All around. Oh, man. We got an XFL offense. No. Eagles up 31-0. Yeah, no surprise there. How many sacks do they have on Geno? Because remember, we got 10 on him. Man, you always think that, oh, we have it so bad. Those literally the Raiders. The Raiders look at us being trash and thought, hey, watch this. Think you're bad? Ah, at least y'all can score. Oh, wow, Buffalo down by 3 now. Wow. And it looks like Buffalo might score again. Wow. Yeah, this is just typical late season garbage Browns, right? Typical late season garbage. 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 Jacksonville's up 41-13. Oh my God. Damn. And we lost to the Jets too. New England up by 3. 17-0 Baltimore with Joe Burrow playing for Cincinnati. That's tough. First and 10 at their own 20. Play action. Dropped. Ooh. Freaking Judy. Throws a little low. Texans are 8-5. They're 33-14. Back to pass. Throws. Overthrown. 7 for 20 for 112 yards for Shador. Wow. Bills have taken the lead. That's crazy. That's the Bills for you. They don't. Oh, Kenny Pickett's starting for the Raiders. Well, that explains a lot. But he's been sacked 4 times though. That's tough. We kicked the crap out of Gino, man. He's probably still hurting from that game. Ah, oh, God. Shotgun for Shador. Come on, Shador, do something with it, bruh. Sack. Now they're. Ah. Every time he gets sacked, everyone's going to be hitting the Shador. Ah, man. I have DeAndre Swift in any of my fantasy leagues, do I? I don't think I do. But knowing my luck, I'm probably facing him, aren't I? Let me see. Okay, my one league. Jerry Judy, what a bum. I left Luther Burden on my bench. And of course he's gonna cook. I should have known. It's like, oh yeah, it's got Denzel Ward. Of course he's gonna cook our defense. Oh, we go to the 4th. Down 28-3. This is probably the worst performance of the year.
From any other drive. But that doesn't mean every time you order it, you need to say,
I'm on Ross St. Brown coming up tonight. Or today. And then I got Jonathan Taylor And I got my defense. The Lions defense. Okay. My opponent has the running back, receiver, and a kicker, but he has Bates. Waddle tomorrow night and Gainwell. So he just has Bates tonight. So I need St. Brown to cook, and I need I got Taylor. Okay. Yeah, Lions defense, St. Brown and Taylor. I like their chances. Let me see what this team has. DJ Moore is going off for me, man. Jamar Chase looking good. ETN got me 19. Okay, I don't have Swift. I thought I did, but I guess I don't. Okay. That would have been like, damn, I would have been cooking. Oh well. Oh well. All right, so here's the punt unit again. Bears get it back again. This team is just so bad. They really are. Look out for Caleb. Oh, stuffed him for a loss of 3. That's Kamara. Hands it off. Gets to the 50. Third down. Well, just think, at least this is the last quarter of the game. 15 minutes left, and then it's over. You know how I usually like to make the analogy? Oh, yeah, it's like a 6-man tag match, right? Well, this is a 3-on-1 handicap match. The offense has just been behind the 8 ball. And the pressure and open and a catch and a first down. Dudes are always open. You watch our receivers, and nobody's really ever open, except for Bond on those 2 catches. And even on that underthrow, he was open. First and 10. Throws it deep. Trying to go to Moore, but Campbell was right there. Seemed like Campbell was in better position to catch that ball than Moore was. Just a little underthrown. Campbell didn't completely bite on the double move either. Didn't bite completely on the double move. And now we got flags from the backfield. I'll start. I'll back him up. Makes me wonder, like, what happened to that Packer team in that game? I think I know what happened. We held them to under 10 points, or 10 or less, and we actually were able to score points. Yeah. They're going to be 0 and 11 when they allow more than 10 points. Oh, underthrown. Good pressure by Hickman. And another injured Brown, it looks like. I think that's Kamara. Hickman coming in with the pressure. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's Sam Kamara. Yeah, this recap video is going to be short. It's not going to, because nothing really happened. I'm going to try and probably even get it under 10 minutes, even, because nothing really happened. Same old, same old. Offense only had a few first downs all game so far. And I think all but one, if not all, no, all but one was on Isaiah Bond. 2 Isaiah Bond led first downs on deep balls. Vivian, wow, that was from an hour ago. Damn, Trey. Yo, Trey.
Right now, Ben Johnson, the one thing that he's probably going to be a little bit frustrated with is a little bit of the inconsistency that you see from this Bears offense. Wow. To the point where they get into a rhythm where they want to launch, running the football play action, make some shots down the field, but they'll have these as well. When the course of the game where they kind of get out of rhythm, it's been going to get hurt.
To pass. Garrett's coming. He's going down. He's 1 sack away from the record. A chip. That's a pretty bad chip by the running back. 4th and 23. Punt unit. Oh, watch out. Don't hit the punter. Fair caught in past the 10. One more sack from the from overall record. He's a half a sack shy of tying the record. So yeah, go look at the single season sack leaderboard. Technically, modern era. Yeah, 22 and a half. Michael Strahan and TJ Watt. Myles Garrett entered today with 20. He's at 22. He's tied with Jared Allen, Mark Gastineau, Justin Houston, Deacon Jones, twice. Yeah, he's tied with those guys for 4th. A half a sack will tie him with Strahan and Watt. Now, if he gets one more sack, then he'll tie. Well, actually, he'll tie Al Baker, who has 23. But that was back before sacks were recorded as a stat. So, modern era, Miles will have the sack record. The official leader was Michael Strahan. So the official leaderboard, yeah, Miles is still tied with Allen, Gastineau, and Houston. Because Deacon Jones was before it was recorded as a stat. So he's on the official leaderboard. He'll be tied with Allen and Gastineau and Houston. And he's just a half a sack behind Watt and Strahan. And he's got 3 games to do it. One of those is against TJ Watt's team. Next week is the Bills. They're going to send us to the damn woodshed. Especially with it being, I believe, on the. Is it at home or is it on the road? All right. Shotgun for Shador. Sanders is the QB next year. Yeah. You have Sanders as your main Q. You got to run with Sanders next year. I can understand if they go with Watson, but nah. Shelby Harris made a business decision sliding off that tackle at sack. Dumps it off to Judkins, gets about 2. Judkins has done nothing because his offensive line isn't blocking for him. Oh, they gave him a half a sack? Oh, damn. He's 21 and a half sacks. So he's a full sack away from tying the record. Damn, Shelby Harris should be cut for that. Back to pass. Caught. That's Corley for the first down. So he's what, now a sack and a half? Because 1 sack will put him at 22 and a half. And then a half will get him to 23. So 1 more sack, he'll tie the record with TJ Watt and Strahan. Back to pass. Caught. That's Fannin. Yoink. Oh, Burrow. Oh, Burrow. Yeoman return touchdown? That's tough. 24-0 Baltimore. Yeah, Dashy's probably rage quit by now. Under center. Throws. Picked off again. God, 3 interceptions for Shador today? God. He underthrew that ball straight up. Damn. Who is that? Who is he trying to throw to? Oh. I think Fannin, yeah, he underthrew Fannin. Yeah, he just jumped in front of Fannin. Warner was playing receiver on that play. This is definitely, I think, his welcome to the NFL game. Yeah. He bobbled the ball. That's tough. Oh, yeah. Well, 2nd and 14. Yeah, it's poor defense. They've tried their best, but the offense is inept. Special teams is trash. Strahan sacking Favre to get the record. Favre going down like a damn lawn chair. It reminds me of like how Eli Manning would do it. Any sort of pressure, they'd fold away, they'd fold. 3rd and 11. I wish that ball would have hung in the air a little bit. They've like this close to some interceptions on defense. They've been so close. They've been so close on some of these near misses. Yeah, nobody was really in the area. They would have had to have been on top of the receiver to get that ball. Ball just wasn't in the air high enough off the bobble, off the tip. Gets up and good. 31-3. The Raiders really screwed us over by letting us win. The Raiders are just trash, that's all. The Raiders are just garbage. The worst part was we did that crap to them in their house. The one that shocked me the most was the Packers game. That game, to this day, I still wonder how the hell did we win that game? I mean, obviously, I know how we won. We got the interception off of Love, blocked a field goal, go down the field, kick the game winner. But damn, like, how tough it is for the defense, knowing that they have to allow less than 10 points to have a chance to win, pretty much. Because when they allow more than that, they lose. That's tough. But yeah, Shador, yeah, not great game. Yeah, great game, no. Bills come to Cleveland next week, so fun fact, that'll be the first time they come to Cleveland since Freddie Kitchens was the coach. And we beat the Bills. Yeah, remember that game? That was I think it was Josh Allen's first year he was starting. I don't think he started as a freshman. I don't think he started his rookie year. Or did he? I have to look, because I could have sworn he didn't start. Mavs down 12-9 early in the first. Steps Porzingis will miss the next 2 weeks and undergo further evaluations. Dude cannot. He can't stop getting sick. He's had an illness now the last 2 years. Hell. Okay. That dude is juiced up. 35-31 Bills over the Patriots. 31-3 Bears. People thought, oh yeah, the Browns could give him fits. Well, no. No. All right, let's take a look at the Browns schedule from that year. Sanders was trash today, but he's a far from the biggest issue. No, he's not even the issue. Look at the weapons around him. You know how bad it is that his best receiver, most reliable weapon, is a rookie tight end? Also, Isaiah Bond, pretty good game for him. Pretty good game for him. Hmm. Well, yeah, that was the last time we beat Buffalo, 2019. Freddie Kitchens. Yeah, Josh Allen, 22 of 41. Devin Singletary, John Brown. Wow. Yeah, Baltimore's going to win 24-0 over the Bungles. That's tough. That's tough. But we haven't done much better. Back to pass, Shador, sack. No, he's going to evade the pressure. He's going to take off, and he'll get near the 50. He slide too. Good job evading the pressure. You know, I'm going to take off with it. Good stuff. Back to pass. Oh, nice catch by Judkins, but it goes nowhere. Wow. Yeah, Joe Batonio is the only straight up starter that is still playing right now. That's not injured. Although he is banged up, obviously. You know his back is barking at him. But he's the only one that's still out there. Yeah. We lost DeJuan Jones early in the year, and then Conklin and Teller are out. What? First down? Yeah. Judy made the catch. Oh, yeah, he'll catch that one. But he won't catch the one that's in his freaking hands in the end zone. The invasiveness. Nice throw, too. Right on the dot to Judy. In Bear territory. Was nowhere. Yeah, this Nice job to move up by Sanders. He's made some good plays. Problem is, he's mostly followed up those good plays with some bad ones. So he's kind of having that Jameis Winston game. Makes a good play, makes a bad play. Good play, bad play. Good play, bad play. Good play, bad play. Occasionally you'll have, a couple good plays in a row, but then you'll be horrible play. Shotgun for Sanders, back to pass. Caught. That's Larvadane. Gets about 9 yards, 8 yards. 4-2. Gotta give credit to the Bears, though. They have, like I said in my preview, they have a Clamps City type of defense in the secondary. Even without Kyler Gordon. Their guys can be straight straps on your receivers. And their pass rush is good, too. 3rd and 2. They're crowding the line. And he'll get the first down. That is Williams. We haven't seen Trevion Williams a whole lot. Started off on the practice squad, I think, in the beginning of the season. And then they let him go. Haven't seen Rocket Sanders. I don't think we're going to see him. All right, first down. Man, if they were doing this in the first quarter, we'd be feeling pretty good. But alas, no. 3:01 to go in the game. 1st and 10. To pass. Hot. That's Fannin. Be about a 9 yards. 9 yards. Yeah, you got to gain about 9. 13 of 28, 149 yards, 3 interceptions. 2 of them were on Shador. Technically, I guess, because the last one just kind of died on him, and the corner he pretty much threw it right to the corner. The first one was a tip drill. Here's a pitch to Williams, goes nowhere. Another former Brown, Chris Williams. Damn, the Bengals have been eliminated from playoff contention. I mean, no surprise there. The season was over when Joe Burrow got hurt, and they free fell the entire way through. They never recovered. They had Jake Browning at quarterback. He sucked. They traded for Joe Flacco. He wasn't any better. Ooh, Chargers winning by 3 over the Chiefs. Yeah, this recap video is not going to be long at all. Oh, yeah, Burrow threw 2 picks. Wow. Henry himself had 100 yards rushing. Wow. Jamar Chase, though, 10 receptions, 132 yards. No touchdowns, obviously. No T. Higgins, though. I also sacked Joe Burrow 3 times. One from Travis Jones, and then one from Mike Green and Tavius Robinson. Now, on the other side, Cincinnati had 4 sacks, 2 from Miles Murphy and 2 from Demetrius Knight. You have to wonder, do the Bungles make changes? I think so. Yeah, I think they do. I think Zach Taylor's go bye-bye. Zach Taylor go bye-bye. He's going bye-byes. Imagine the Bungles fire Zach Taylor, we fire Kevin, and then the Bungles do the bungle thing and they hire Kevin. Oh, no, they wouldn't do that. Patriots 4th and 5? I guess the Patriots lost because the Bills have the ball now. Washington is up by 8. First and 10, 2:42 to go in that game. Yeah, this is going to be a quick freaking recap video because there's nothing to talk about. I mean, Myles Garrett had 1.5 sacks. Should have had 2. Yeah, the takeaways. 3 sacks, 3 takeaways, 6 tackle for loss, 6 3-and-outs forced by their defense. All right, well, they're at the 25. 3rd and 3. Back to pass. Caught. That's Jimmy again. So now he wants to make catches. Okay, Jerry, you bum. Oh, maybe they can end it with a little, oh, look at us. We got a step pad touchdown. Back to pass. Dumps it off to Williams. He'll get near the 10. Next week, they have the Bills, and then they have the Steelers and Bengals. And then that's it. To pass. Caught. That's Fannin. Inside the 5. Damn, Chiefs moving the ball quick. Back to pass. Throws it to nobody. Rolls to his right. Throws to nobody. Can these losers get open? God. We're going to end up not even scoring here. That's the NFC playoff picture. Rams, Packers, Eagles, and the Panthers lead their divisions. Seattle, Niners, and Bears are in the wild card. And then the Lions, Bucks, and Cowboys are in the hunt. Goal. Back to pass. Sack. Yep. Get inside the 10 and then completely just fall over yourself. Bum ass team. He probably could have ran it right around here, but I don't know. Right there, he could have taken off. But nope. Nobody wanted to get open again. They just all stand there. Browns use a timeout. Here's a, oh my God. That's a good one. But the Bears are so delightful. You know, those people are going to be hunkered down. I mean, a lot of those people at that stadium are probably so drunk they don't even care. Get me a sandwich with some stromboli and a sausage. Back to pass. Nobody open. Nobody getting open. Nobody getting open. And he's sacked. Nobody getting open. Nobody getting open. Nobody getting open. Nobody's getting open because these receivers freaking suck. So yeah, they get inside the red zone and still don't score. Nobody getting open. Nobody getting open. Nobody getting open. What do they all do? Just stand there? Jerry Judy's a bum. He probably could have dumped it off, but he didn't want to get to him. I don't know why he didn't get it to Larvadane. He was standing there wide open. Oh well. Well, no. Bills win. All right, that's going to wrap it up. So I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to go do my recap video, which this should not take long at all. Browns lose 31-3. Pathetic ass performance. Honestly, this is the kind of performance that you have that would preclude a coach getting canned. But yeah, I don't even know. This team stinks. Honestly, I wouldn't be against firing Kevin. So I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. I'll see you all later. Oh, Mahomes is hurt? Oh, of course he's hurt. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna head out. Have a good rest of your day. And hopefully the Cavs can pull it off. See you guys later. I'm out. Bye-bye.